Are you looking for an affordable, dependable vehicle that gets great gas mileage and looks awesome? Well, you get it with the 2020 Honda Civic Sport Touring Hatchback. Hi, I'm Justin Thompson at Smail Honda in Greensburg, PA, here to take you on a ride along on the new Civic. Come on, let's check it out. So the outside of the 2020 Civic Hatch Touring, the Sport Touring, you have the full LED headlamps. They're daytime and regular headlamps as well. You do have the fog lights. Now with the new 2020s, they did a little bit of change on the front bumper, just a little upgrade, a little facelift. And you'll notice the spoke pattern is different with the 2020s on the Touring. A little more aggressive pattern on the 18-inch wheels. On the Sport Touring, you are gonna have the piano black accents on the bumper, at the bottom, on the sides as well, on the back here with the Sport Touring badging. And that distinct tail lights. You also have the dual tailpipes here, and the chrome tailpipes. Now on the back of the Sport Touring, so as long as you have the key fob on you, you're going to be able to get in and out of the vehicle very easily without even having the key fob out and hitting unlock or lock. You just hit the button on the back, and it pops right open. Once you get it up, it'll go up itself. It's on a hydraulic. So you have the ability to, you get your spare tire, jacking tools in order to change the tire underneath. With this down, you can put the seats down flat. Let me demonstrate that. (60/40) split folding seats. The other side does the same thing. See how flat that is. Also, you do have the cargo cover for the back here. That'll snap in on that side. Safety locks, the anchors for the tether anchors for the child seats in the back, so very safe for the children as well. This covers the back, so when you have this out with this, you can actually, let me demonstrate that actually, show you. Might be tough to see through the window, but you can't see in the back at all. So for Christmas time, if you're looking to hide the presents, this will be great. So to remote start the car, all you have to do is hit the lock button 2 times, that's the top button. And then you hit the hold button down for about 3 or 4 seconds till you see the lights blink. Then you can release it. It'll start up, it'll blink 6 more times in the front and the back so that you can ensure that it remote started. It'll run for about 10 minutes. Now within that time, if you do that exact pattern again within the 10 minutes, it'll set it to 20 minutes. All you have to do once you want to get up to the vehicle, and from here, you don't have to have the key fob in your hand. You can have it in your purse or pocket. You walk right up to the car, put your hand through the handle, that'll unlock the vehicle. And when you get in, you still have to depress the brake pedal on the floor and hit the start button in order to give it access to take it out of park. If you get in and don't do that and just grab the shifter, it will cut the engine. So for the kids, if anybody's bouncing around while you're loading up the car, they can't drive away with the vehicle. Once you're done with your ride, you get out, you hit the black button right there, and that will lock up the car. The Sport Touring model does have the automatic walk-away function. So as long as you have the key fob on you, if you get in the habit of forgetting to lock your car up, as long as you have the key fob, again, you walk away from the vehicle, it'll lock it up automatically. A lot of customers ask, can you lock your keys in the car? You have to have the key fob on you. If it's left in the vehicle, it will not lock the vehicle. But let's just put it right here on the seat. We accidentally left it in the car. No beep, no blinking of the lights. It is not locked. So you can't lock your keys in the car. Let's hop inside and take it for a spin. So I'm gonna go over the features as we drive, but it's virtually the same as last year's, okay? You're gonna have all the same options. In drive, I do have brake hold. I have that option that I can put that system on and have it the whole time I'm driving the vehicle as long as I have my seatbelt on. Every time I bring the vehicle to a complete stop using the brake on the floor, it'll lock up, allowing me to rest my foot. So if you're at a traffic light or on a hill and you don't want to drift in the car behind you. So you have the 1.5 liter turbo engine, that's 180 horsepower. So we're gonna demonstrate this whenever I make this U-turn here. Just gonna punch it and get it up to speed very quickly. So when you're getting out on the highway, it makes it easy to get on the road. You do have the Econ mode. You can keep this in Econ while you're driving on the long trips and maximize your fuel efficiency. The miles per gallon, you get 29 miles per gallon in city and 35 on the highway with a combined 32 miles per gallon between the two. So right now I'm at a traffic light, I'm in drive, I have brake hold on. It's tough to see it says brake hold up here with hold in a bold green print underneath. That's how I know I can confidently take my foot off the brake and the vehicle's not going to drift anywhere. All I have to do to release it is just tap the accelerator, it releases brake hold, and then whenever I come to a complete stop, whether it's right away or hours later on down the road, it'll be there ready to lock up for me. The emergency brake is electronic. You lift up on the mechanism, and to take it off, you depress the brake pedal on the floor and press down on that same mechanism. A little light will appear on here red whenever it's activated. So you have power windows, power locks, power outside mirrors, automatic windows up and down for the driver and the passenger. A nice turning radius as well. Speed sensitive power steering. And I'm going to demonstrate this pickup here. And right up to speed very quickly. Now I didn't floor it. Now this has a CVT transmission, that's your continuous variable transmission. So what it's doing is constantly adjusting the gear ratio depending on how you're driving the vehicle or where you're driving. So whether you're going up a hill, out on the highway at higher speeds. You actually have two little eyelids, I like to call them, up here beyond the steering wheel. That'll glow green whenever you're coasting or using the brake, and will glow white whenever you hit the accelerator. All that green means is that you're driving it the most fuel efficient way possible. So oftentimes you want to try to see that green light as often as possible and you'll get the best fuel efficiency. You have automatic lights. You can keep that on an auto setting all the time. The lights will automatically come on and automatically turn off. You have automatic high beams at night as well that will turn off automatically. You do have automatic windshield wipers. So you have a sensor on the windshield. Anytime it starts to rain, if you have it in the auto setting, it'll automatically turn on the wipers. You can actually set the setting so whenever the sensitivity of the rain, if it starts to get heavy, it'll actually automatically just start wiping the wipers quicker. So that's all good in the auto setting there. So you have the lane watch camera, of course. Anytime I put my right turn signal on, it's going to bring up the camera if I wish to have that set that way in the settings menu. Or I can hit the button at the side of the turn signal column, and that brings up that camera anytime that I want. Now HondaSensing has road departure mitigation, forward collision brake mitigation, adaptive cruise control with slow follow, and lane keep assist system. So I just spit out a bunch of acronyms at you that you don't know what they are, so I'm going to explain them here. The first one is your road departure mitigation. Now that is over here on the left-hand side of the dash to turn it on and off. When we see the green light, that means it's on. And what that's going to do, when we get above 45 miles an hour, there's a camera pointing out in front of the Civic, ready to map out the lines in the road. It's going to assist our steering whenever we're driving. And it's not going to override your steering, it's just going to assist it. You'll feel the steering kind of stiffen up when you go through turns, and all it's doing is keeping you centered in that lane. Now there's also something called lane keep assist system, and that's right up here on the dash as well. So the lane keep assist system, we see right up here, that is activated on the right-hand side of the steering wheel. When the dotted lines are solid white, that means the system is ready to operate. You need to be above 45 miles an hour and up to 90. And if you start to drift, it'll actually vibrate the wheel and pull you back into the lane. So if I can demonstrate this a little bit, it's kind of tough to do it. There it goes. And the reason why it's tough is because the new vehicle and the road departure mitigation and lane keep are trying to keep me centered in the lane the whole time I'm driving. Now again, you have forward collision warning, and that uses a radar on the front to calculate distance and speed. So if it senses that you're going to have an impact and you do not apply the brakes in time, it'll do it automatically for you. Now you do have the sport setting with the sport touring. I can put it in that mode here. Or just have it in regular drive. The sport mode just makes it a little bit more peppy. Changes the RPM level, gives you a more sporty feel. Now the lane keep assist system I have operated, it's ready to go right now. And all I have to do is if I start to drift, it'll vibrate the wheel and pull me back into the lane. So I'll just simulate that. I don't suggest doing this, but if I took my hands off the wheel, it would literally pinball down the highway and keep me centered. It'll eventually say steering required, and I need to put my hands back on the wheel. Now I'm going to demonstrate the adaptive cruise control in the slow follow mode. So I explain how it works out on the highway, and that's pretty simple. So again, all it does is it brakes the vehicle automatically for you and accelerates it. But what I'm going to show you is something different that's pretty unique with Honda. That lane watch camera is great. I can always check my right-hand side before I make a turn. So anytime I'm moving from the left lane to the right lane, I know that I can confidently move there. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to set my adaptive cruise control. I'm going to slow down a bit so I can show you how this is going to activate. So just watch right up here. So I'm going to hit set. There's no specific speed. I can hit set under 25 miles an hour. It'll default to 25. It catches the car in front of me. The car icon is shaded in, and I am not braking the vehicle. It's doing it all itself. I can then bridge the gap between me and the car in front of me by hitting the sensitivity level, just tapping that button. And for traffic situations, now I'm in traffic, and I can literally just steer my way through traffic. If I come to a complete stop for longer than 4 seconds, it'll say stopped where it says 25 miles an hour. And then all I would have to do is hit the plus button or tap the accelerator, and it would at least get me back up to 25 miles an hour if traffic got up that high. You can increase your speed ahead of time, which is really cool. I can hold the plus button down and go up 5 mile an hour increments and anticipate my speed to get faster ahead of me, and literally just let the car bring me up to that speed and never hitting the vehicle in front of me. That is adaptive cruise control with slow follow. I'll tell you what, this is a great family vehicle as well. All around anybody really, you know, from young to parents having kids. But the safety features are so great because, you know, we're not paying attention all the time, unfortunately. And they're not, again, they're not to substitute your driving, but they're there to assist you in the event that you're just not paying attention or somebody else is, you know, not paying attention around you. So in the Sport Touring model, you do have the leather interior. You have the heated seats up front with three heating levels, excuse me, high, medium, and low. You do have the same for the passenger. You have the settings for the rear seats in the back for the heated seats. The leather wrap steering wheel, the leather wrap shifter knob. This vehicle feels great on the back roads. It handles beautifully. So what Honda's known for is their engines and their suspensions and transmissions and the dependability, and it's just incredible. It's got a nice sporty feel and it's fun to drive. We had a customer a few years back trade in his fairly new Civic. I believe it was around 2010-ish or so, with 500,000 miles on it. And he had claimed that all he really had to do was change a wheel bearing. That's pretty incredible, and you don't see that a whole lot in manufacturers. You do see that pretty often with Honda. You know, very high miles. I've myself had vehicles. I've had an Accord with 250,000 miles on it, and I've never had another manufactured vehicle get even close to that. Not speaking poorly of the competition, just telling you the facts. Hondas are dependable. They're a great vehicle. Now the warranty on the Honda, you have a 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, or comprehensive I should say, and that takes care of all the internal features, all the bells and whistles, all the electronics. You have a 5-year, 60 on your powertrain. That's your engine, drivetrain, transmission, all the major driving components of the vehicle. You do have roadside assistance for the first 3 years of owning the vehicle. You do have ability to be able to contact Honda if you need a tire replaced, flat tire, you need brought gas, locked out of your vehicle for whatever reason, but I told you you can't lock yourself in. So I have my Apple CarPlay connected, and I felt that this was important to go over because a lot of people are talking about Apple CarPlay these days, and the Civic is very compatible with this. Now I have an Apple, so this makes it easy for me to demonstrate this. It is also compatible with Android Auto. One of the other videos I'll do the Android Auto for you guys, but right now I'm connected to Apple CarPlay. The main Honda screen, this is how it's going to look, and I have my phone connected. There is, with the 2020s as well as the 2019s, they have that cord that's brought up from the back, so you don't have to draw your cord all the way down through the center console here. So anyways, you hit Apple CarPlay, and now some of the supported applications I have on my phone show up here on the touchscreen. I even have Waves, so as anybody doing Waze as a navigation app, I can use that. All my iTunes, all my phone contacts, and even text messaging somebody I can do virtually with a touch of a button right here. So all you have to do to activate Siri is just hold this button down. Siri, what is the weather today?
It's currently clear and 42 degrees in Greensburg. Expect mostly cloudy skies starting in the afternoon. Temperatures are heading up from 42 degrees to 51 this afternoon.
Directions to Red Lobster.
One possibility I see is Red Lobster on US 30 East.
This brings up my maps. All I do is select the route and hit go, and you get your turn-by-turn directions. Anytime the voice comes across the speakers, you can increase the volume knob. That's going to increase the voice as well.
Then turn right.
Just like that. And that's the ride along on the new 2020 Honda Civic Sport Touring Hatchback. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please visit us here on Route 30 in Greensburg, PA, and ask for me, Justin Thompson, or visit us online at smailhonda.com. Thanks for watching.